Hello everybody, and welcome back to more of the World of Warships series that I've still yet to fully name. My working title is Experienced Noob. It doesn't sound very good to me. You guys will know what I've ultimately named it. I've yet to start uploading it. I'm a lot of episodes in to have not started uploading it, but I have started editing it, which has told me that I need to talk more during battles. There's a lot of dead air and a lot of time where I'm getting really focused on what I'm doing, and because of that, I'm not really giving you guys much proper information. Now, I am going to be equipping a speed flag on this, because we have a bunch at this point. I may as well equip this. I want to make note as well, because I forgot to mention this before, this 4% increase of flooding here, and 15% increase of flooding here. I'm going to, at this moment, flash on screen the flooding chance of the torpedoes that Mitsuki has. It's not adding 15% more of that total, it's just adding 15% more. These are useless outside of carriers and submarines. And, by extension, ships like Ise. And the 4% from this one is completely worthless. Even mostly on ships like Ise. But yeah, let's get into some battling. We still have a bit of time left to build up some more points on the event pass. We might get a couple more of these containers. That would be pretty nice. But the only thing I really care about getting is these more festive tokens. So let's hop into battle with Mitsuki and see what happens. Hopefully this is a bit of a better time of day for this, because, well, as we saw from before, EU is kind of dead in the early morning. It's now, like, afternoon in the EU, so I'm kind of hoping there's a fair few players around, and we're not just going to get tiny battles. There we go. Players. Love to see it. Now, decent chance I'll be facing down the Italian. They are much faster than I am. Actually, no, they're not. They're only a little bit faster. That engine boost makes them much faster than me, though. They can get close to 50 knots. I can only get going about 40-some. Especially where I'm not using a speed flag. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this island here as a way to basically get closer to the cap without exposing myself. And then I'm going to basically turn around to get into the sea cap. That way, I will be in a position to run away. Because we're not winning any gunfights. I mean, our turrets do kind of traverse now, but we still only have 2 of them. Mitsuki's not bad. She's actually one of the best tier 5 destroyers. At least in the tech tree. Got an Omaha and a New Mexico behind me. The Omaha could keep up, that New Mexico cannot. New Mexico, even at absolute top speed, is slow. And yeah, that... Ooh, that's like stock New Mexico. I mean, he does have the gun range to still do stuff here, but... There's also a pretty good chance I'm about to run face first into another destroyer, so... Wait, no, I am running the speed flag now, aren't I? I put that on. I said I wasn't running it, and I am indeed running it. I also have that 0.5% extra fire chance. For what little good that will actually do. Now, Mitsuki does have one thing going for it that I absolutely love. My gun range and torpedo range are basically the same. That is always really nice. Based on where that Omaha is, I could very easily have someone coming up right behind me. Now, the reason I want to get into the cap circle like this is just simply down to, well, I can accelerate faster than I can reverse, and I can definitely accelerate faster than I can turn around. he just turned to dodge depth charge planes, I think. Is there nobody out here? It's really feeling like there's nobody out here. They're probably over there then. Maybe? Well, there's the battleship. There's the destroyer. It's a Fubuki. I outspot him by a little over half a kilometer. He has RPF. Or someone over there has RPF, so I just noticed. Friendly just died. These are probably not gonna hit anything, but... You know what? This is kinda dumb. But it's only gonna be dumb if it doesn't work. Engine boost up. Now I smoke. Okay. Let's see if I can reacquire the Fubuki. Yeah, I'm working on it, little buddy. I am working on it. Just trying to be very mindful of everything around me. It might be the Marblehead with RPF. He's definitely got the sense to, like, turn. I'm gonna see if I can find this Fubuki. He probably has turned around and retreated, but I don't know that. So... I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna fall back. If I had a little more gun range, I would take some pot shots at the Marblehead because I am safe from him, but I'm going to push around this way because this is a pretty tempting way for the Fubuki to have gone. Watching for torps. I'm not seeing any. I'll want to take this turn pretty sharp and close to the island, just in case. Because torpedoes don't care. There's the Fubuki. Okay. Now I go unspotted. Really wish I could manually choose which torpedo tube I'm using, but... I'm just gonna do that. Try to spook him. He is probably reversing. Okay, it is probably the Marblehead with RPF. I don't like this position I'm in. Okay, he's reversed. Or he didn't! Oh Oh, please tell me I'm going to avoid these. Come on. Ooh, don't turn too much. Okay. So I haven't done much damage, but I've gotten a fair bit of spotting damage, and that's a good thing to have. I don't have the torpedo range to help on the Alba. The Fuso should be fine. Alba has, what, 10-kilometer torps? Yeah, 10-kilometer torps. Marblehead has junk torpedoes. They go 8.2, but they don't have speed, and they're detected from pretty far away. I'm also acutely aware I was probably very quiet right there, and I do apologize for that. I should have been a little more talkative, but... Now, we know this Marblehead likes to maneuver, so I think I'm just going to leave that pair of cruisers to these guys. Okay, yeah, Marblehead's dead. I'm just going to head for B and see about capping. I would engine boost, but it's a bit of a waste. They are completely out of destroyers, and we aren't, so... There's very little HP on the enemy team left I could reasonably get. The Ark Royal's just throwing itself away. The Britannia is going down. We may not even get within range to do anything else before this ends, so I should engine boost. If I can get the B cap, that's more XP for me. And this is not a high damage game. Destroyers are not damage dealers. As much as you might have gotten that impression from those early games I played, destroyers aren't majorly into the damage dealing department. They care about this number. Destroyers get 1-to-1 experience gain for spotting damage. This wasn't always the case, but it is the case now. Okay, those guys are pretty healthy. The Alba isn't. Okay, they did just get some points back. That's good. That'll give me some time to actually cap this. And then I think I'll actually head south. Because I'd really rather not run straight into the Ramat. Actually, no, I'll head north. Because the New Mexico's heading back north. Hey, the Omaha's gonna help me cap this a little faster. That's pretty nice of him. Gives him some of the reward as well, so. Now, a lot of the tips I am giving with destroyers, keep in mind, I am not a pro destroyer player. I'm not a bad destroyer player, but I'm no pro. Why would you drop fighters on a New Mexico? Just fed him some reward. Okay. I mean, our carrier is literally in the map border down there, so not a very good carrier player, but yeah, there's a lot of the New Mexico's health. Arizona's pretty slow. So as much as I wanted to launch these torpedoes sooner so I could be reloading them faster, it wouldn't have done me much good. And he's turning now. I think I am the one spotting them, though. I am. Now I'm not, however. Which is a bit of a shame. Unless the... Oh, the T-61 did smoke up. Okay. And launched torpedoes at the Arizona. And of course the Arizona turned after my torpedoes, so... Yeah, I'm not going to get much damage out of this one. Unless I were to, like, YOLO rush down the Arizona, but even then, that wouldn't be a very wise thing to do. I'll just take the spotting damage. I might get some damage in on the Arizona. No. Give me some damage. Just a little bit. I missed. God damn it. Well, there goes my average damage dropping by a lot, probably. But hey, third on the team. because spotting damage. As mentioned, destroyers do get basically 1-to-1 reward on that, so I ended up getting almost 4,000 of the Fubuki's XP, a little bit of New Mexico. Didn't get basically any for the Arizona. See, issue with spotting damage is the moment a ship is spotted by someone other than just you, yeah, you don't get the reward anymore. Ooh, I may not actually reach this. Yeah, because I'm not getting... I'm gonna get 35 more. 15 finishes this. I'm gonna be 5 points short, aren't I? Well, I have 2 days. I can probably get to those. And, I mean, we have these, which... Yay. It's not really worth much of anything. I just want to get to more super containers, if I'm honest. I could be going with Try Your Luck. The Try Your Luck containers, have a higher chance of giving super containers, which is something I want. I also should have had XP bonuses mounted. Don't know why I completely blanked on doing that. That's my B. Especially where we have so many of these ones. The gray boosters are pretty easy to come by, so I'm not terribly worried about using those. I mean, we could pick up the gun range, but it's such a small difference, it's not really worth it. Fubuki gets an extra set of torpedoes. I am very much looking forward to getting into Fubuki, just because I'll have 9 torpedoes instead of 6. And more torpedoes is always more better. Well, not always. Sometimes just simply having a better torpedo is more better, but these also go 10 kilometers kind of slowly, or I could keep the 8-kilometer ones. Oh no, these ones only go 6. Right. I forgot Fubuki was like that. Well, it's a good thing I'll not be actually playing it through its stock modules and randoms, because that's just not the best way to go about it. So let's get another battle in here and see how this one goes. This is where stats like PR to me don't matter. Personal rating is what PR is. Because PR takes 3 things into account. Damage dealt to ships, ships sunk, games won. What I did won the flank I was on. Won the game. I did not sink anybody and I didn't deal much actual damage. That would have been a loss of PR. Even though, without what I did, it probably would have been a loss. Ooh, our first instance of dealing with a submarine. This is going to be painful. Maybe. I do outspot the submarine by a whole kilometer. So, as long as he's on the surface, I'll spot him. If he's not on the surface, I can't do anything about him. Submarines are the lowest impact, weakest ship that is the most obnoxious to deal with. Now, I know there's a lot of people who would be like, what are you talking about? Submarines are not overpowered, guys. They are, in fact, worst in tier and, you know, worst in... Yeah, worst in tier. That would be the phrasing. For their respective tiers. The Tier 6 submarines perform worse than every other Tier 6. The Tier 8s perform worse than every other Tier 8. Of course the aircraft carrier's coming this way. Why wouldn't he? Turned around? Okay. And it carries on to Tier 10 as well. Like, they are the weakest ships. That does not mean they aren't frustrating to play against. Because, oh, they are. Mostly because, well, this is my way of dealing damage to them. I have to be right on top of that submarine to deal damage to it. It needs to be within 10 kilometers of me to deal damage to me. At best. I think 10 is just how the Tier 6 American always is. Like, doesn't exactly seem fair now, is it? He is not slowing down. Teammates? I need to smoke up. I can't stay on the... I can't stay detected. I'm taking way too much damage. Leipzig, why are you spamming armor piercing? Yeah, I was hopeful I might hit him with a torpedo. I might... That Königsberg has this hydro up. This is gonna hurt. I need to just get out of here. With luck, he's gonna eat some of those torpedoes. Nah, he's gonna avoid them, it looks like. Yeah. I'm sorry, little submarine. I can't do anything to help you. Hey, I hit somebody. That was dumb, but I just wanted to try to take him out. And I was pretty sure the Nicholas was well outside. What could I have hit? It had torpedo protection, but not much. Did I hit the submarine? I'm gonna have to check later because I have no way of telling. But it looks like I hit the submarine. Yeah, I'm not shooting at him. He outguns me and he actually has basically the same health I do right now. Come on, teammates. One has got to be able to hit him. I mean, I'm not even getting spotting damage for this because the submarine's on the surface. For as long as he lives. The Congo's turning around, isn't it? See, this is the problem with torpedoes. They travel at 66 knots. Congo travels at 31.5. I'd have to be pretty darn close to land these torpedoes if he doesn't turn back the other way, which he might do. Maybe a waste, but it looks like he might turn around. And those are Independence planes, so I don't really need to worry about them spotting me. I believe they only actually spot within 2 kilometers of themselves. Yeah, those might actually land. Yeah, couple torpedo hits. I'll take it. I have no idea where their submarine could have gotten off to. I don't like that I have no idea where their submarine's gotten off to. Oh, there he is. That's not good for me, given those torpedoes were already unlikely to hit the Dunkirk. Now he knows they're coming. Yeah, he's just adjusted slightly out of... where they're going to reach. Maybe. I might still land some. They might run out just before him, though. Yep. Womp womp. Well, given this sub is probably under the surface right about now... I want to be very careful doing this, but... Okay. He is doing something very annoying, called being close to teammates. I can't do anything about him. With that London right there. Just gonna do this to be safe. I'm not gonna open up with my guns. Pretty sure I know where their carrier is, though. Hi, London. Yeah, screw it. Give me some damage. Come on, torpedo tubes. Where are you? Jesus. And unspotted.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes to starboard.
Ah, he has his hydro up. And the Indy is being annoying. You know, teammates, some help would be really appreciated. Will the London realize I have that torp angle? He didn't need to. Good. And because I had to maneuver... this sucks. Okay, is he going to turn? That is the question. Looks like no, not really. What I'm trying to do now is just create enough of a gap that I can slip down past him, and he realizes that's what I'm doing. This is so frustrating. He's realized. I don't have much room to maneuver anymore. I can't touch the map border. If I do, I'm screwed. How fast does he go? 33. Ah. Can you just sail in a straight line for like 5 minutes? That's all I ask. Not even 5 minutes, just a minute. Stop maneuvering. Stop making this more difficult than it needs to be. Their CV's coming. So maybe he'll go after the guys in B instead of me. Maybe. I really need this London, like, dead. What I need. That looks like it's gonna be a dead London. Maybe. Yes, okay. Now, where is that submarine? It is 6-4. I apologize, I was not talking much there. I needed to focus way too much. The bonus is there was probably a fair bit of stuff I could cut out from that because, well... Okay, I think the cachalot has gone out the south of the cap. Or he's back in it. Okay. I mean, 10-kilometer range. He's probably at the edge. The annoying thing is, he has quite an advantage against me. Because, again, I have to get right on top of him. The only advantage I have is that he is not going to know where I'm coming from. Downside is he has torpedoes on the front and back. And even at the reduced 10% that he'll deal if I get close enough to him, pretty sure that still kills me. I am in a position where I have to play this perfectly. He doesn't. And that sucks. I am gonna drop some depth charges here. Just to check around. No splash damage. Because he could have realistically gone either side. Nothing. I don't know what his underwater speed is. And I can't see that either. This is what makes submarines annoying. Oh, there he is. Other side of the rock. Not a bad payout, though. Like, shit, that was pretty nice for being chased by a London the whole time. That poor London. He should not have been chasing me. He needed to, but he shouldn't have been. Hey, I got 4 aircraft shot down. I'll need to remember to double check that my AA is actually off. I could just free XP now into Fubuki, but I will not. Save your free XP for ships that you actually want to use it on. Don't just waste it because you have it. That can lead to you putting it into a too good to use club. Once you've reached like 1 million free XP, feel free to use it on anything. Like, you know, be reasonable. Like, 1 million's probably a little too much, but be reasonable with it. I just want to actually see. How far am I off of some of the earlier ships I was looking into? Okay, 22,000 there. 9,000 there. And I could just pick up Bliskovica. Not much point in picking up Bliskovica. It's not for a nation I'm going to be playing. Well, I might end up playing it. In general, you want to aim to have premiums of the nations you're going to be playing. Which is kind of the annoying thing. I mean, I have a premium for Japan. But, like... there is Duke of York for Britain. Past that, we got Rio de Janeiro, I guess, for Pan America. I could pick this up. It is a ship I could grab. Given how the Pan American battleships played out, this really should have been the secondary version of this ship. Not Agincourt, but, you know. French, we have Agile. Isn't a terrible ship. Marceau, not a terrible ship. I'm getting them to play battleships. Yeah, I don't know. Coal ships are awkward. Because there's a lot of them you'll want, but... Can I even afford this? Barely. That's also why I shouldn't just rush into it. I do want to get into more tier 6s, though. That is going to be it for this one, though. That was quite the battle to end on, so, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here next time for more of this World of Warships series. See you then!